Unbelievable! That is a dream goal!
They found it! They finally found the goal they're looking for!
What a finish that is! Do not scratch your eyes! This is really happening!
The USLPA season is almost finished, but the schedulers saved one of the best matchups for the last couple of weeks. Top of the table, Westchester United host the leading chasers, Vereinigung Erzgebirge, in a huge midweek clash. The table may look lopsided right now, but VE have 2 games in hand, and a win tonight would make for a very, very interesting finish to the season. On the other hand, a Westchester win would all but seal the deal for their 2025 and 26 regular season title. You won't want to miss this one. Kickoff in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Kildare's Field in beautiful Westchester, Pennsylvania. Before we begin, I want to remind everyone today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designating your team kit for free right now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. For just joining us, folks, you are in for a really, really good one. Westchester in white, going from right to left. VE in green, going from left to right. And it seems like pretty much every time these teams play, you're guaranteed about 7 goals. Last 2 games, 7 goals. 3 games ago, 8 goals. So while it won't make the coaches very happy on the defensive side, I can tell you from a neutral perspective, it makes things very, very interesting as Jake Weaver sends it around the horn for Westchester. You last saw this matchup here on Game and Frame for the Amateur Cup Final, which was an insane game. Ended 4-3 with Westchester bagging the winner in the 97th minute. And by the way, they were down a man. They had a red card. Absolutely crazy scenes, and it seems like every time these two teams play, you get something like that. So buckle up, folks. It should be a good one. Beautiful night in Westchester, by the way. So absolutely no complaints for the fans sitting with me in the stands. All that's left now is for the players to show some magic on the field. Look at that little Maradona turn. Didn't quite pan out, but that's the kind of thing you're going to see as Ruth, I think, is called for the foul there. And Westchester will get the first set piece of this match. We're going to go short and send it around the horn. Charles Wilson goes inside. I'll go back out down that right-hand channel. Ball zipped into the middle, and then trying to go over the top as a Westchester player hits the deck. Referee not interested, and it will fall to the VE goalkeeper, Ewan Goronsky. It looks like Goronsky wants to send this one long, and he certainly does. Looking for Derek Antonini, who's a very big frame up in the VE attack. And Antonini's on it now. He's wearing the armband tonight, by the way. Over to Connor Budniak on this right-hand side. He's cutting in on his left foot, looking for that through ball. Couldn't find it. Wilson cuts it out. And Westchester's going to turn defense into attack as Ridge Robinson is sprung over the top. And he's got some space here. He's going to wait for reinforcement. It's almost too good of a counterattack. He ran out of attacking options. But Westchester do win the throw. Troy Amsbacher is going to be and to throw this one in, I think. Longer throw in. Ridge ducked under that one. Not sure if he thought he was fouled or maybe thought he had a runner in behind. Either way, Goronsky's going to gratefully take that one into his hands. The Temple and Long Island University product. And again, he's waving his team forward to likely try and find the head of Antonini, which was certainly the plan. Didn't quite pan out. Ruth's going to get the ball for VE and playing a little different position than we're used to seeing him in. He's sitting in at that 6 role in the midfield. We're used to seeing him out in the wide spaces, but maybe not sure if that was a tactical change from Rob, the head coach of VE, or if that might be a manpower issue. I'm looking over at that VE bench, and it's looking a little light. So we'll keep an eye on that as this game progresses. But for now, Westchester try and make tracks down the interior of this VE lineup. Ruth couldn't quite get in on the tackle. Westchester still with the ball, but having trouble finding space. So Mahoo's going to drop back to Wilson. We'll go over to Weaver. Sling it out wide down that right-hand side again, which it looks like might be part of the game plan for Westchester here tonight. As look at this one. Ridge Robinson, top of the box, has a hit, but right at Goronsky. I think that was Robinson's weaker foot. But first sight at goal for the leading goal scorer for Westchester. 6 in this league campaign. I'm not good enough at math to tally up how many he has in all competitions, folks. He's a prolific goal scorer. As like Antonini was called for a foul there on Westchester, man. I think that's Wilson who's stayed down. And that is a man that Westchester certainly don't want to lose. One of the 2 mountains at center back they have back there alongside Weaver. He's rubbing his jaw. He might have caught a stray elbow. I believe I just heard him tell the ref that he's all right, but you can see he's still a bit shaken up. So we'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully he's all right. So heads up, the wind is freshened into our faces as you're looking at it. So blowing towards the camera on the field for Westchester, it would be from their right to left as this ball's played in behind for Mahoo, who's in there. Cross center, cross. Oh my goodness, inside the 6. And he couldn't keep it down. The net was gaping. What a chance for Westchester early in this game. And VE certainly got away with one. What a run by Ayub Mahoo. And what a ball played in behind. Beat that first defender, beat Goronsky. But the finish sent flying over the bar. as a foul's called there. Referee wasn't happy with the spot, I don't think. So they'll back it up a couple yards. Hate to point out that Budniak is wide open down this right-hand side. Ruth saw him, and Budniak gets the ball. Nice touch to bring that one under control. Christofowicz lumps one far post. It hits Antonini's head, who he kind of nodded that one down. Bouncing around in there, Westchester clears unconvincingly. There's a little bit more of a convincing clear as Ruth heads that one back towards the Westchester goal. Budniak down to Antonini. Nice touch in the middle there from VE, but lacking in options, and that ball's turned over. A little bit of a press here from VE as Antonini's flying at the white shirts. Typically a Westchester move if you're familiar with their tactics. And look at another ball played over the top down that right-hand side. Is it going to sit? It won't. VE's back on the ball, turned over. Just outside the 18. Switching one way, then the other. And a strong tackle put in there by Antonini. Won it cleanly according to the ref. Ruth with it. Goes wide. Antonini streaking down that left-hand side. They won't use him, though. They'll go back interior. And they'll just go backwards. Back to Dwyer, who, by the way, said, I better not say anything bad about him. And judging by the size of him, I think I'm going to listen to him. He's a big boy. Looks like that one came off Westchester, so VE will take the throw. Wilson chests that one down, and I was going to say clears it, but it almost looked like a pass towards Robinson there. Dwyer deals with that one and clears it well wide. Brentlinger to take the throw in. He does so. Miller drops back to Wilson. Wilson surveys his options, goes inside, and look at all the green shirts just piling on. And he was caught there, according to the referee. That was Seb Perez who was trying to make that pass and was fouled. So Wilson will get us back in play. Brennis pings it wide to Mahu. Perfect ball. Nice touch. Decides to go backwards. Nice little interconnected play, but pass was a little loose, and Budniak's going to take it out for VE. This ball goes all the way back to Goronski, who plays short to Dwyer. Look at this. Little bit of room to run into for Vaccaro. Turned over. Brentlinger's going to take it down this left-hand side for Westchester. Out wide to Robinson, who, as you've seen already, likes to roam around the attacking third. Goes into Perez. Go back to Brennis. Brennis out down that right-hand side again. A lot of joy for Westchester down that right-hand side. Turned over. Antonini has it kind of lacking in options, so he was just going to try and run through that Westchester back line. Stopped eventually. I think he might have won the throw-in, though, and he has. Referees had to talk about it a little, but eventually settled on a green ball. Antonini chests that one down. Vaccaro sends it backwards, and that's a dangerous ball as Robinson picks it up, and now he's running off the attacker down this left-hand side. He's in a lot of space. Gets it under his spell. Whips across, and it's a nice ball. And just too tall for the on-rushing attacker. Goronski able to pick up an easy one. About 3 inches lower. That could have been a real problem for VE. Not quite as dangerous as the last chance for Westchester, but a good one nonetheless. Wilson able to send that one back to Valentine Nice, who we saw feature in the field for the reserve team this weekend. Always cool to see a goalkeeper that can hang with the field players. I incorrectly attributed a goal to him in that game, by the way. And while I do apologize to the real goal scorer, I don't apologize to Nice, who, as a goalkeeper, I'm sure wasn't upset that I mentioned his name at the end of a goal. And look out, in the box, Westchester out of nowhere. The first goal of the game. Make it 1-0 to the hosts. One pass unlocked that VE defense. Mahu on the end of it made no mistake with the finish. A lightning strike for the league leaders. Just 12 minutes into this match. Westchester take the lead. Budniak working down the right-hand side to climb back into it. There's a reason Westchester are leading in the table, and it's because of their goals for column, 42 of them through 9 games. I'm not the best at math, folks, but when you average 4 goals a game, you're doing something right. As I'm not sure if this is a throw-in or a foul, but it goes in the direction of Westchester. Yep, it is a foul. Way out close to the sideline, but still a dangerous spot. Looks like Mohu's going to be the man to whip this one in with his left foot. So an in-swinger, looking for the head of Robinson or maybe the big man Weaver. Weaver is at the very back post, and he's a very big boy. And I would have thought maybe Antonini might be marking him, but that's not the case. Whipped in far post, looking for, and Westchester won the header, but couldn't steer it on goal. That was August Axman, who found a little bit of space in there, but couldn't keep the ball down. So far, the possession probably about even, but Westchester dominating the chances created column. That was their 3rd or 4th already in just 15 minutes. Brentlinger is on the end of this one. He'll go backwards to Axman. Axman's going to send it back to Brentlinger, who will go inside. Robinson trying to turn but couldn't find his feet. Vaccaro now taking it and trying to run into the space. Looking for a foul, and I don't think he's going to get one. Mohu trying to evade 3 green shirts in there, and referee had a very stern word for Ruth, who I heard Ruth said he didn't touch him. Referee seemed convinced it was definitely a foul. To be honest, I'm not quite sure who it was called on because there were 3 guys that surrounded him. Miller goes wide to Brentlinger. Brentlinger tries to go towards the end line and he did win a corner at the very last minute. And I think Amsbacher is going to be the man to whip in this set piece. He's going to have to be careful if the that last free kick's anything to go by, because Axman had pretty much a free header. But again, Weaver's skulking around in there with Antonini not marking him, which is pretty shocking to me. And there he is, Weaver. Make no mistake, Jake Weaver's going to win a header inside the 6. 2-0.
That's the way to do it.
I just want to give a shout out. I'm told an awful lot about the curse of the commentator, but I'd like to take a little credit for that one, because we're always told the rough stuff. So VE now with a 2-goal deficit to work out of. And Westchester don't really look like they want to slow down, as Brentlinger's trying to run onto this one. Dwyer slides in and misses, but that opens the door. Apologies if you're experiencing any technical difficulties. The service here isn't the best, so we're making do with what we got. Hopefully you can hear me and see me clearly. Not see me, but see the incredible game that's unfolding in front of us here, as Nice is put under some pressure and hoofs that ball well out of danger. VE's going to have a chance to get on the ball, but that Westchester press is relentless. And the guys in green having a little bit of trouble coping with it early on here. As I say that, he almost got in trouble again, as Budniak's trying to make his way on the end of that, but Axman got there first and keeps it in very, very well. He'll find Brentlinger back behind the play, and they'll look to build out again. Here's Weaver, the goal scorer from a few minutes ago. He went inside to Brennis and then down that right-hand side again, which seems to be the play. Mohu into Perez. Perez gets it back, tries to hit the cross. It's blocked, but I think we're going to have another Westchester corner, and we'll see if VE tries something different after 2 basically free headers were won by Westchester in a row on side-on set pieces. And I think VE took my advice. It looks like Antonini is now marking Weaver. And that was intended for Weaver, but he or another Westchester player was called for a foul, and VE will get a chance to release the pressure. About halfway through this first half, a quarter of the way through the 90. And Kristofowicz dancing to create some space down the right-hand channel. VE does find a release valve this time. Little 1-2 down the right-hand side, cut out by Brennis, and VE will take the throw. Substitutes coming on for VE, 2 of them. Kristofowicz will exit, and I think Ruth's going to take up a post at right back, which is, again, he kind of, in our past viewing of him, switches back and forth between winger and wing back, so maybe a bit more comfortable of a spot for him. Westchester were able to escape the pressure. I kind of question why the referee didn't let them play advantage there. Not quite sure about that one, but either way, Westchester will get a free kick. Substitutes coming in for Westchester. I think the referee was having an extended conversation with the VE player. Nice plays this one all the way across the pitch. And VE win a throw. Nice turn from VE there, but he was pressured into playing that one out of bounds. That was Alex Hodge. Rentlinger tosses that one in and clips it over the top. Well headed down to Ruth, who's trying to turn but put under a lot of pressure by Robinson. He goes backwards to Dwyer. Goronski's going to hit that one clear, looking for Antonini. Oh, excuse me, Hodge won that header. Budniak's under a ton of pressure, does really well with some quick feet to see off two of the attackers, but there's a third and a fourth. He keeps the ball, sends it back to Ruth, and Ruth hoofs it. And Hodge is going to try and run onto this one as Weaver is able to head it, but only as far as Hodge, who sends it wide to Vaccaro. Vaccaro's going to try his luck down the left-hand side. Does he have the step on his man? He had the step on the first, but not the second. And the Westchester reinforcements win out. Mohu's under a lot of pressure. Gets it forward. And Westchester able to play it off VE for a throw. And that was Amsbacher, who had drifted all the way back to that right-hand side. Here's Perez, top of the box, has a hit. That shot's blocked. VE player goes down. It's still with Westchester until a nice play from Jackson to take that one away. Here is Perez again. Dwyer pumps that one well clear of the danger zone so VE can kind of catch their breath. And nice will play out to Weaver. Mohu and Perez combine for a little 1-2. And Mohu's going to get it back. Low cross looking for Robinson. It was a little bit beyond him. Can he keep it in? He can. Go back inside. VE defending well. Budniak is run off the road, but won the throw-in according to the referee. Antonini wins the second ball off the throw-in and clips it up. That one was won by Westchester. Castaneda. Yeah, Westchester player loses the edge. And they'll go backwards to Weatherspoon, the Elon University product down in North Carolina, as the linesman's flag goes up offside. The call. A little over 15 remaining in this first 45. Some stoppage may or may not be tacked onto that, not sure. We'll keep our eyes and ears out on the officiating crew, see if we can get a hint for you. As nice as play it short to Weaver. And Weatherspoon wins it back for VE. He's kind of stabilized things since he's come off the bench for Rob Oldfield and the VE coaching staff. Axman goes short. Goes infield to Perez. Go back to Axman, swinging it back to Nice. Antonini's flying after this ball, by the way. Interesting to see when VE's choosing when to press and when not to press. A few minutes ago, they didn't seem interested, and then they were flying at that ball. I think they might have won a free kick here for their troubles. So we'll keep an eye on that. That's an interesting wrinkle tactically from VE here. And you can just kind of feel the momentum swinging back in favor of VE after Westchester really just dominated the first 20 minutes or so. A couple of substitutes seemed to work well for Oldfield, as I'm not sure if that was a shot or a cross, but either way, it goes beyond the end line. And it will be a Westchester goal kick. Don't go anywhere at halftime. We do have the Goals of the Month nominees to bring you from the month of April. And I hope you're in a cozy spot because it's about 5 minutes worth of them. We had a couple of absolute missiles broadcast on our airways last month, so we wanted to show you absolutely all of them. So leave the oranges to the players. It's too late for oranges anyway. Watch the Goals of the Month instead. Nice. Hits this one long. Dwyer wins that. Budniak gets his foot on it. Vaccaro finds Ruth down the right-hand side. He's in a lot of space. He's a little bit lacking in reinforcements, it must be said. Green shirt's now trickling into the box. He cuts baseline, has a hit low. It doesn't beat the first man, but it falls to Budniak. Plays it wide to Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon goes inside to Antonini, gets it right back. Cuts inside the box now. Has a hit on goal. And Nice had it, dropped it, and VE make him pay. 2-1. Alonso Rodriguez, the Delaware Blue Hen, able to capitalize on that mistake and cut the deficit in half. I don't know if you remember, folks, I told you when these two teams play, you're going to see goals. Make it 3 in 30 minutes. That's Rodriguez's second goal of this campaign, and that might be a big one because, you know, at the 20-minute mark when that Weaver header went in, it just looked like VE had nothing going for it, and now a shot here could have leveled it up. A little high from Rodriguez, but the confidence still brimming from a few seconds ago. Figured he'd buy a ticket to the raffle. Didn't quite pay off that time, but it was a good strike. Just couldn't keep it down. Luca Malor off the bench and was caught. VE players were not thrilled with that call. It was very late, and referee still having a chat with Rodriguez. Malor is up and hits that ball. Wow, nice ball. Down the right-hand side to Axman, who gets it under his spell, fires low, and it was a really nice layoff from the Westchester man, but nobody home except for a couple of VE players who sent it out of play. And another substitute checking in to this one for Westchester. Tough to see on that far side of the field. I think that's Axman who's checking out for now. Wow, really long throw-in from Westchester, right in the danger zone, all the way to Goronski, in fact. My goodness, what a toss that was from the Westchester man. I think that might have been Ethan Birch, who you saw actually scoring a bunch of goals for the reserve team over the weekend. He had a brace and an assist against West Town's B team. And Ruth is furious with Alex Hodge, who was in the process of putting the ball down, and Ruth was in a lot of space. And we can see Donzo was tracking back. Ruth is actually still in a ton of space. Donzo, I must have heard me. He's tracking back now. And I'm not sure what the delay is here. Referee's walking towards that back post. Oh, he's keeping an eye on the festivities back there, I'm thinking, as keeping an eye on for pushing and shoving. Budniak has a hit. It's blocked in front by Malor. Ruth wins it back. Top of the box. Big hit. Took a huge deflection, but that deflection steered it right back to Nice, who's going to try and play a long ball. Didn't pan out on the length, but now they have Donzo in behind with the fresh legs. Weatherspoon able to see off the danger for now. Puts it out for a Westchester throw. 10 minutes remaining in this first half. A little bit of confusion from Westchester as to who was supposed to be taking that throw, but we've got it sorted out now. That was Castaneda who chucked it in. Donzo, low to Robinson, top of the box. Sama just over the bar. Had the right shape, but a little too high. And VE will get a chance to play out. By the way, more impressive about this Westchester attack is that VE have only allowed 11 goals all year through 7 games. So the fact that they already have 2 is a testament to how lightning fast their start was. That first 20 minutes was just domination from Westchester, and VE have clawed their way back into it. As wind is picking up here, and Ruth goes over. And looks like Seb Perez was the man fouled, and Ruth is actually getting a yellow card for that. And I'm not sure. I really think that might have been for dissent. The challenge didn't look like it had a lot in it. I think it might have been because he was talking to the ref after. That ball's played to the far side of the field, headed clear. Weaver gets up and wins the header. VE able to win it back. Bit of a dangerous ball, but Rodriguez makes quick work of it. Goronski's under a ton of pressure, and I think made a business decision to just play that one out of bounds. Donzo now on the ball. He clips a really nice ball back post. Oh, and there was a Westchester player there, but couldn't quite get on the end of it. I think that was Birch, who was lurking at the back stick, but might have been just over him. It was Birch at that back post. As we saw on Sunday, he's got some goals in him. Budniak plays into Antonini, who finds Hodge. Hodge loses out, and Samatima will look to work it out. He'll go back to Weaver. Tima into Perez. Under a ton of pressure by Budniak and Antonini, and just wriggles his way out of that and sends Donzo down the left-hand side into space. Running at Ruth, who's on a yellow, into the box. Cuts inside, then back towards the baseline. Fires it in. I think VE got a header on that. I'm not sure. Birch combining with Tima. Perez looks to clip one far post, but not enough juice on it. And I think Antonini's going to get called for not going up for that ball. And Westchester player hit the turf and wins a free kick. The wind is picking back up. Again, it's coming right into our faces, so right into the camera as we're looking at it. So on this service, going to blow it from that right stick to the left stick. Luca Malor. It's the man who's on this set piece. Might be a bit too far out for a hit. Probably about 35 to 40 yards if I had to guess. The referee chiding Rodriguez. Malor clips it long. Antonini heads it clear, but it'll go out for a Westchester corner. And that means another chance for Weaver to cause some havoc at that back post. And I think Weaver's drawing the attention of the two tallest men that VE have in Antonini and Dwyer back there. Two hands up for the Westchester service. That ball fell to a Westchester player, but it was eventually cleared. Castaneda's going to get on the end of it and play it. Whoa! As Castaneda jumps into Antonini there, and not going to lie, Castaneda was giving up about a foot and probably a few pounds as well. And this one might be trouble for Weaver as Nice comes out and heads it, actually. We saw him on the field on Sunday. Made use of those skills there to head that one out of trouble. VE with a throw, and referees telling him to hold on for a couple of Westchester substitutions. I think that substitution's for both sides, actually. Westchester player tried to clear that one and almost fell as a nice chest down from Goronski. As this one might be trouble. Westchester in the box, have a hit, and no mistake on the finish. Ethan Birch, we saw him get 2 for the reserve team on the weekend. He's got 1 for the senior team here. That makes it 3-1. Goronski, I'm not sure if that was played by a VE player or not, but Goronski chested that ball down, which you don't normally see from goalkeepers. So not sure if that was necessary or not. If that was a back pass, then it was necessary. But you just wonder if that might have been tipped or something by a Westchester player, and he could have just scooped that up in his hands. Either way, he took the safe route, played it out. VE gets caught in possession. Ethan Birch makes him pay. So another 2-goal deficit to crawl out of for VE. They've already done it once. Let's see if they can do it again. They could really do with at least one before halftime, but we are very close to that as we speak. 43rd minute. And Malor has possession into Donzo, who I think actually left that for Castaneda, and it worked out pretty well. Donzo now streaking through the middle of the park, now clipping one to that far post. Ruth actually did really well there. Westchester player's going to want a foul, but that was pretty good use of the body there from Ruth to just kind of see him off. Antonini's going to get that nice touch from the big man. Power and finesse from the target forward for VE. Hodge now with it, cutting inside it. Westchester do this really well. They just surround the ball so quickly, and there's just nowhere to go with it if you're the opposing team. And VE able to win it back at least, and Hodge is under a lot of pressure and then turns it over. And Weatherspoon, I don't think had much of a chance to bring that one down. That's what he's laughing about, I think, right now. As wow, physical battle down this left-hand side, and they're gonna. I kind of just wish he let that one go. That was kind of fun. That was fun to watch from a neutral perspective. I'm gonna call it on Donzo, on Ruth there, and that might have been a little soft, if I'm honest, but Malor wins the foul. And I think Westchester getting exactly what they want here. Less than a minute left of the first 45, and that 2-goal lead's been restored. Castaneda does well to get ahead on that one. Donzo evades the first challenge from Ruth and is able to get a pass off. They go inside. Nice little connecting passes. Interior. And wow, dangerous game for Weatherspoon there, but he's keeping a calm head and finds Ruth for an outlet pass. Ruth caught in possession, and it's back to Donzo into the box. Stops the ball, gets back on it, has a hit, it's blocked. Here's Rodriguez, who is brought down there, and yeah, that was a foul. And the Westchester players aren't happy. He was definitely fouled there. And VE's going to be able to exhale. I was talking about how they could probably use a goal before the break, but Westchester just applying that pressure again. It might be good to just get to halftime without a bigger deficit, as referee was signaling to the sideline for something. They were just looking for a ball. But we've got a new rock, so all good. Goronsky is going to, I think, just look to play this one deep. And that was the move. Antonini's there. And Hodge with it. It does fall to look at this, a bicycle kick. Oh, that was not far off. Not far off from a wonder goal to finish this first half. Well, I mentioned before the game, when these two teams play, you can almost bank on 7 goals. We are on pace for that. 4 goals through the first 45, now 46 minutes. So we are in stoppage time. We'll see how long the referee lets the fun continue. This one's played over the top, looking for Hodge. And bodies hitting the deck in that far corner. I think they're going to call a foul against VE. As I'm not sure who that was. I think it might be Brennis who hit the deck there. Scratch that. It was Amsbacher who went down. So it's a free kick, but it's almost on top of the corner flag. So essentially a corner for the white shirts here. One hand up. Ball whipped in. It's a nice service. Back post. Donzo got there, but couldn't really get the power on it because he was kind of wrapped around Budniak, who did really well from a defensive perspective just to give himself a chance. Weatherspoon is under a ton of pressure, and Budniak, Weatherspoon banging out a couple of push-ups. Apologies if you heard any untoward language from the field. These players are passionate. This ball's popped straight up. Castaneda does well to head that clear. Not the tallest player. In fact, he might be the shortest on the field, but was able to head that one clear. Oh, a nice little attempted skill move there, but VE was wise to it, and the referee said, that's enough for now. Your score from Kildare's Field. Westchester 3, VE 1. You won't want to miss this second half, and you won't want to miss Goals of the Month coming your way right now.
Well, finds Adlo. Nido, who's got some space, catch it well! It's a sublime equaliser for the Pan Cyprians. It dipped and it swerved, and it wheeled into the back of the net.
Free kick for Tigres. And he tries to put it on target, and he does with a beautiful, nearly masterful acrobatic effort.
Left, Harrison, will he go for the shot of the pass? Stanic, turned, Harrison, faking still, Harrison from a tight angle! Oh, it's just inside the far post! Rijon Harrison, a brace, and a tie game for Ozarks is 2-2. They may have pulled back a draw.
Waring, looking for Spompanato.
Strauss Figueroa! What a bolt! Quincy Strauss Figueroa with a rocket!
All United trying to find an equalizer, cutting back. Here he is. All United. Oh, it's an equalizer! It's a solo, individual effort. And look what it means to Harley United. They've equalized.
Strike it. And Spaker! Oh, into the top of the net! Bam, Spaker! The goal. Wow.
Future. Dancing, shooting. What a great goal. Set herself up on the dribble and then goes over the gloves of Hamilton. That's her second already.
New York International! What a tackle at the last second. Now Bednarski! What a shot by Bednarski! Dipped in to Billity, who's running at that Alliance box now. Cuts inside. What a move by Billity. What a goal! A brilliant little cut inside the box, bought the space, and he took advantage of it. 1-0 Lone Star.
Captain lines up his right foot, unbelievably lashed in. What a goal from the captain. He has put his foot through that magically. A golden moment for Greater Long Beach.
Can't quite retain possession. Here's Adamenge, and he'll send a long through ball. That's an excellent through ball to Koutner. We'll see what he can do. Driving down the right wing, cuts inside, cuts back outside. Is there a finish at the end of it? And that's a fantastic goal by Christoph Koutner. Spun his defender inside and out, and a clinical finish at the end of it.
Drives it in. Commanding header. Comes on the edge. What a hit! Oh, that's absolutely superb. Milton Campos arrows it in.
Swing off the arm. Here's Asivek again. Shooting opportunity for Asivek. Oh, wow. What a beautiful goal that is. And 2 goals in 30 seconds from Negmatov Asivek.
No need to rush the play. And they're up 2 goals at this point in the match. Taking it slow during these set pieces can be very helpful. That's a nice through ball. It's played back to Doggart. This is Spampinato out to Doggart. What a goal! Excellent through ball. Spampinato and Doggart connected beautifully there.
Steps back, Miele fires into the back of the net! It's a goal! Miele!
Stanovic off the backside of the head of the retreating fullback. Mamadou Diombera onto his right foot. Mamadou Diombera! That is mesmeric for Mamadou Diombera. He has speared that in with great wonder. Unbelievable work from Diombera. His finish beating Sella.
Now Richie, take them all on. So Richie, oh Richie! It's a hat trick for the number 17.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobacs, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back to Kildare's Field in Westchester, PA. I really hope you didn't miss the first half. If you did, you missed a 3-1 thriller with a lot more attack than defense, I'll say. And from a neutral perspective, I say keep it coming. If you are a lover of defensive soccer, maybe shield your eyes. But otherwise, we should be in for a real treat. We are on pace for that 7-goal watermark that we discussed in the first half. Only, air quotes, only need 3 more. So we'll stick around and see what happens here, as it looks like it's going to be a throw-in for VE pretty far up the pitch. Hope you enjoyed the goals of the month. If you only caught part of it and want to see the full thing, you can always head to our Instagram page at Game in Frame. Westchester going to look to build out from the back, and that's Donzo down the left-hand side. Ruth giving chase. Donzo gets the better of him inside the box. Back post. It's blocked in front. That was a crucial block because without it, I'm thinking that the Westchester man Amsbacher had his pick as to what corner he preferred. But one of those green shirts got in the way, and Westchester will get a corner. One hand up from Amsbacher. He hits it into the box. Donzo got the header, but was stretching for it and couldn't direct it goalward. So Goronski will get a goal kick here. I want to remind everyone today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free right now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Donzo on the ball again. I think he got stepped on there, but the referee didn't see it or ignored it otherwise. We're going to keep playing here. Ruth is on the ball. Budniak goes inside to Vaccaro. Vaccaro keeps the train going down this left-hand side. Jackson with it. Vaccaro gets it back. He's going to find Dwyer, but I think Dwyer's going to have to go for a little run here. Ruth's going to actually intervene. That was a smart move because I don't think Dwyer was going to get to that ball. It was well over hit, but no hurt for the green shirts as Budniak is onside and in the box. Hits a pretty nice ball across the face, and Westchester does well to just kind of see that one out. That was Birch, who actually got on the score sheet in the attacking end at the end of that first half, able to see things. Excuse me, that was actually McDade. My apologies. McDade was able to see out the danger. Vaccaro whips that one in, and look out as amongst the heads, some feet went flying and bodies hit the floor in the middle of the box as well. So maybe a good call by the referee to just let the chaos unfold, and they'll just play a throw in here. I think that's Christofowicz for VE, who is a little bit shaken up there. And there's a foul awarded on that far side, and it's going to be called on Westchester. VE with a free kick and a dangerous area. I was about to say Antonini should not be taking that free kick. He thought better of it so he can take up post inside the box. As I'm now noticing, I don't think Weaver's on the pitch right now. So leg up in the height department for VE, as Antonini doesn't really have anybody anywhere within 6 or 8 inches of his height. So we'll see. As Vaccaro hits this one in, Dwyer got ahead to it, but it was either blocked or just headed out. Vaccaro whips another ball in. That one's goalward, and whoa, that was close. Nice, looked a little bit troubled by it, but that goes over the top of the bar. So exhale for Westchester as a little bit of sustained pressure from VE to start this second half. And Donzo missed that header. So VE will be in possession. Weatherspoon has moved back to center back, it looks like. But he's going on a little adventure here. Vaccaro with it. Weatherspoon wants it back. He gets it back. Plays a little 1-2 with Vaccaro. And Weatherspoon gets it right back. These two are having a little passing drill here. A little step over from the center back, but he turns it over. McDade tried to loft that one to Amsbacher, but too far. So VE able to head that one back to their goalkeeper and build out. Hodge hits this one to Vaccaro. Vaccaro getting on the ball a lot more to start this second half. Gonna post up in that kind of deep line playmaker role. He'll fizz it out to Christofowicz, who is looking for Antonini. I don't think he quite got it there. And Birch is trying to get on the end of this one, but he puts his hands up, and we're going to play on. Nice ball played over to Tima, who was looking for a forward pass. It didn't quite work out as Christofowicz goes to the ground and won the ball, according to the official. Weatherspoon's going to try and find Antonini, but the ball was a bit too flat and just over his head. It rolls all the way to the Westchester netminder. Laura's going to look to build out from the back. By the way, I saw Charles Wilson leaving at halftime. Not sure if that was an injury or if his shift was done. And I'm going to quit talking here because Westchester's in again, and they're going to score again. That's a second for Birch, who, again, had a brace at the weekend. So back-to-back braces for Ethan Birch, and that'll make it 4-1. These lightning counterattacks for Westchester causing all sorts of problems for VE. And one or two passes unlocking that back line, and they don't seem to be making any mistake with the finish. New tactic for VE. They're just going to play direct, but good defending from Brentlinger on that left-hand side. He's able to just head that one back. As I was saying, Charles Wilson left at halftime. I'm not sure if it was an injury or if he had other obligations. Remember, these guys are not professional athletes. Most have other commitments, and this is a midweek game, as you well know. So it might be tough with the work schedules and such, but he put in a good shift in that first half. And looks like Malore has taken up his post at the back. McDade's going to throw this one in. That ball's fed through really wonderfully, but VE did just about enough to see off the danger. Here we're looking for Amsbacher, who is on, but couldn't get past the two green shirts in there as Vaccaro's touch was a little loose, and Westchester win it right back. Westchester now streaking towards that penalty area again. Some nifty footwork creates a little separation. Brentlinger will get on the ball. It goes wide to Donzo, who tries some nifty footwork of his own. Beat one man, but the second one, I think, got the better of him. And this ball will pop out for Luca Malore, who goes back to his goalkeeper, and he'll feed it to Axman in a little more space. Then goes back across to Malore. Brentlinger. Inside to Tima, who goes back to Malore and will recycle once again. Again, 3-goal advantage now for Westchester. They're not exactly in any hurry. Ball played inside to Donzo, who left it and made a nice run off of it. Oh, and he got to the ball first, but I think Goronski did just enough to put him off. That would have been an incredible team goal. But Goronski did just enough to keep the white shirts out this time. Dwyer's going to send this one back. We'll play wide to Weatherspoon, who I don't believe had his knee wrapped in the first half. I might be mistaken there. Christofowicz trying to get on the end of this one, but the wind kind of helped that one over the end line. Amsbacher's on the ball, and really nice play by Garcia, who was able to keep it. I think he was looking for Birch over the top, but it was too straight and just trickled to Goronski, who lays it off for Weatherspoon. They'll play Hodge through the middle. Nice turn by Hodge to create a little space, and he'll find Christofowicz. Goes back to Vaccaro. Vaccaro's being hassled by a couple of white shirts. He's tossing and turning in the middle of the park and cuts back again and eventually finds an outlet to Rodriguez. Rodriguez is going to try his luck with Ruth down the right-hand side. Budniak checks in for it. Plays wide to Antonini and over to Ruth once again. Ruth goes back to Antonini down the right-hand channel. Tried to cut inside and didn't successfully get past, but was able to keep it. Play to Vaccaro. Vaccaro clips it into the box, and there's a green shirt tossing away in there, but nice comes out to clear the danger. And if you're not familiar with the new FIFA rules, the referee was counting there to let the goalkeeper know he needs to get rid of the ball. If it's not gone in 8 seconds, it's now a corner kick. That's a new rule as of this season. An interesting one, and I think one made with the World Cup in mind, as we saw time wasting, really, especially at the professional level, not necessarily at this amateur level, but time wasting was getting a bit ridiculous, if you ask me, and that is just one of the rules FIFA have put in place to try and call that. Some substitutes coming on for Westchester now is the man with the brace, Birch, is checking out of this game, as is Garcia. Robinson's going to check back in. Is Ayub Mahu is gonna take his post back on this right-hand side. Mahu we've seen make some magic in the APSL time and time again. And he's impacted the play here tonight as well. Here's some nice combination play from the green shirts as Antonini. Oh, really smart dummy by Antonini. Is that going to spring an attack? I think he had Budniak running, but Brentlinger was right with him, so maybe a good idea to keep it and feed it to Ruth instead. Ruth cutting around, gets a cross in, but there's nobody home. And wow, really smart by McDade there to chest that one back to his goalkeeper. Not exactly a common occurrence, but really smart play. Now Westchester on the front foot. Robinson's got the ball on that left-hand side. He's making a run off of it. I think they were trying to find him, but VE wise to the leading goal scorer's run in that particular instance. Caro again, just look at all the white shirts just swarming whenever that ball enters the middle of the field. So they're forced to go wide and then backwards. Weatherspoon finds Goransky, and Goransky's actually going to be put under pressure here by Robinson. Mohu's going to apply some pressure to Hodge. VE doing well to play out. Excuse me, that was Christofowicz, and Hodge got it. Now with Jackson Kiss, who is making his way down the right-hand side, now cutting in the middle of the field. Lays one off to Antonini. It's a good pass. He's on it, top of the box. Clips it into Kiss, and Nice does really well to come claim that. And then actually throw a really nice service out here to Mohu, who's in a lot of space and maybe lacking in options a bit, but not lacking in space. Here he goes into the middle of the field on his left foot. He has a hit. It's a great strike. Goransky smartly just puts that one over the bar. That thing was whistling towards the goal mouth, but it was right at him, fortunately for Goransky, and that one might have stung the hands a bit, but it's a good save and keeps the deficit at 3. Half hour left in this scintillating matchup in the USLPA. Mohu in swinging left foot coming. It's right on the goal mouth, and Goransky did just about enough to keep it out. That was a dangerous service. Westchester at it again. That one's blocked in front, and it's going to be another corner. If it's anything like that last one, trouble inbound. It was right on top of the goalkeeper's head, which, if you're blessed with being 6'5", might not be a big problem, but is a big problem when there are field players that are 6'5" swarming around you. So, I say that, I still think this is a Weaverless Westchester for the moment. That ball's whipped in. Dwyer heads it. Top of the box. Oh, that was rifled towards that back stick, but it was just wide. And another big exhale from VE as substitutes are, I believe, going to come in. While we have a second, I want to tell you what's coming up on Game in Frame. A couple of matches here in the Philly area. We have Danubia Soccer Club versus VE's reserve team. That's coming your way on Sunday the 9th. And then we have Lone Star taking on Westchester United on the 9th as well. So lots going on, as always, here on Game and Frame, your home for grassroots soccer here in the Northeast. VE with some sustained possession now. Budniak down the right-hand side, running right at the front foot of Brentlinger, and does well to get a cross in. It falls to a green shirt. It's blocked in front. It's still in the box. Antonini now leaving the box, leaves it for Vaccaro. Vaccaro gets it on his right foot, has a hit, but too high. And I think VE wanted a penalty there. Apologies if you caught that on the mic. There's some rated R language, I will say, from the VE coaching box. wondering why that was not a penalty. In the meantime, Westchester once again with the ball in VE's third, as Tima is being hassled by Antonini. And Westchester tried a little flick there towards Robinson, but too much on it, and it trickles all the way back to Goronski. Goronski's going to throw out here toward Hodge. Westchester nick it right back. Mohu, top of the box, another hit, and wow, another just pumped shot, but it's right at Goronski, so, and he was actually able to hold it that time. Fair play to him, because, again, that shot was just howling towards him as Maradona's turn goes a little awry, but Vaccaro keeps possession and finds Hodge. Headed out of play. I think it did go out, and it did. Krzysztofowicz tried his best to keep that one in, couldn't quite do so. Couple of subs, and here comes the big man Weaver back in. McDade's gonna check out. I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I'm gonna bet that Weaver's not playing right back. So we'll see how they reshuffle the deck for Westchester. Does that make sense? Castaneda's coming back in. He'll probably take up this right back post. And yeah, Weaver slots back in at center back. Castaneda scanning for options. He finds Robinson. Robinson's taken down, and he was caught right in the back of the ankle there. Hopefully he's all right. And we'll play on Weaver. His first touch since returning to the pitch this half. And he's going to go on a little adventure of his own here. He finds a teammate. And they're going to come right back towards, I think that's Garcia in there. I'm not sure. Vaccaro is going to look at those white shirts. Just immediately Robinson back on it. He's got a little bit of space at the top. Goes backwards. Goes out wide to Castaneda, who has a little more room to work. Whips in a really nice cross. Mohu, I think Mohu kind of got in the way of Malor, who was trying to have a more convincing hit at that, but I think decided not to kick his teammate instead, and elected for a little chipped effort, but it went well wide. Hodge is going to find a nice release to Jackson Kiss down this left-hand side. Kiss running towards the top of the 18. He's inside the box now. Cuts baseline, fires one low, and it's blocked in front. Look at this ball played over the top. It's Goronski does really well there. That's great goalkeeping to read that and cut the danger out, because that would have been trouble. I think Amsbacher was favorite to get to that ball until Goronski intervened. Seb Perez finds Mahu. Mahu gets it back for his lung-busting run here. It was a good idea, but there was nobody home at that back post. VE's going to make VE's going to have a goal kick, but Westchester's going to make a substitute, as I think that's Donzo checking back in. Not sure who exited, but we'll keep an eye on that. Vaccaro finds Kiss. Kiss running forward. Antonini gets it, and they're going to try and find Kiss on the overlapping run. They find him at second time of asking. Krzysztofowicz now harrying Castaneda. Does really well there, actually, to keep that one in and keep possession. Vaccaro gives it right back to him for his hard work, and he's going to dribble towards... Yeah, that's a tough one. It looked like he was going to try and take him on, and he tried to lay off to Antonini, who must have drifted offside. Quick check of the watch reveals we're 3/4 of the way through the 90. Weaver's going to ping that one in the direction of Malort. He didn't get the first ball, but he got the second. Now this one's clipped forward for Robinson, but Weatherspoon does really well there to head that one back to Goronski. Kiss has Vaccaro to his left-hand side, but cuts inside instead. And there's Hodge, who couldn't complete the pass to Antonini. Weaver on it now. Leaves it short to Miller. Donzo somehow kept it in there. I'm not sure how, but it was really nice. Castaneda with some space now. Kristofowicz tracking back. He finds Mahou, who tried a little layoff there, but he didn't really have a runner. Antonini hold-up play is really good there and finds Kristofowicz, who gets it back to Antonini, and look out here. Battle of the Titans goes the way of Westchester, and I think he's screaming for a pass back there from Weaver. And Antonini's pretty adamant that was a back pass. Weaver silent on the issue, as I would be were I him. As that ball's played for Garcia, and he's onside, it looks like. Try to cross, but nobody was really there with him yet. VE hits that one wide. Weatherspoon is just not thrilled with the officiating today. It's not the first time he's been vocal about that fact. Dwyer puts his foot through it, but it hammers against Malor. Mahou on it. Robinson to Donzo. Oh, it was offside. That would have been an incredible move. But I'm not sure if it was Robinson or Donzo who was off, but one of those two. It looked like Robinson had a green shirt behind him, so it must have been Donzo on the return ball. Either way, it's a... And this might be trouble. This might be trouble. I see a red card out of the pocket of the referee. This is interesting. Sorry for the lack of commentary here. I'm trying to listen in. Ooh, okay, that was some mind games from the referee there. He had both cards in his hand, and I think he was having a discussion with Antonini to decide which one he was going to display. And I don't know what Antonini said to this ref, but this ref is not happy. And I mean, fair play to him for not just showing him red. I don't think I've ever seen a ref that upset and not showing a red card. So whatever he said was not good. But he just shows him yellow, which is a display of leniency I don't know if I've seen from modern day officials much. So fair play to the referee. We're back playing, though, as Ruth's on the ball down the right for VE. He's on a yellow as well. Pretty clean game, all things considered, this match. Of course, fair share of fouls, but nothing really untoward or dirty in any way. Ruth's going to throw this one in. And looks like a rugby scrum down this baseline as Antonini got a cross in. Falls to Hodge, who had a hit, took a huge deflection, is going to stay in for nice. It's not. Corner for VE. Vaccaro is going to be the man to take it. Caro is whipping the in-swinger. Goes long. Donzo heads it clear. Budniak's in the area. We'll see if he plays it. He tries, but can't find Ruth, but Ruth nicks it back. Dribbling towards the box, cutting back away from it. Gets a 1-2 back from Antonini. Donzo with a nice touch over the top, and look out. 3-on-1. Jackson Kiss making it 3-on-2, tracking back, but it falls to Mahou. Mahou tries the cross, and Weatherspoon did just about enough. That was a big chance for Westchester, and with how clinical their finishing's been, you would have bet on them, but and that's not good from Castaneda there. After the whistle blown, so that's a pretty much automatic yellow, and he is shown the card. And some barking coming from the Westchester bench. Not thrilled with something. We're going to play on here. Dwyer's got the ball at his feet, and he's going to sling it wide to Ruth. Ruth cuts it back. And a green shirt goes down there. I'm not sure that was a foul, but he's going to win it. That was Mohammed Abdul who was the one who went over there. Oh, geez. As behind the play there. This is really unfortunate. I think both of those players thought that ball was in play, and they both went for it, and a Westchester player definitely got the worst of it. He spun down when he went up for that challenge. I think this is Castaneda, but I'll verify that as soon as I can. It is Castaneda. Good to see him up and walking around. That was scary. I think that was so Christofowicz, that you saw them shake hands there. That was the play, and now Christofowicz is actually limping a little bit. So neither player got off unscathed. Castaneda is being taken off here. I think just to check on it. He hit the turf pretty hard. And Tima is gonna slot in at right back while they check on him. He's making his way behind the goal now. Looks like he's walking okay, which is a good initial sign. 15 minutes remaining in this match as Donzo is on the ball. And he wins a throw-in on that far side. Axman finds Tima. Mohu goes back to Axman. Here's Malor on the half turn, and he saw off the challenge and won a foul. Go backwards. Miller, who played it forward, and Donzo has a huge hit. And if only I had a radar gun today for these Westchester shots. They're flying at this goal. And Goronsky evades another missile. We're going to pause for a couple of substitutions. Birch is checking back in. I'm probably intent on trying to earn that hat trick that he's on right now. Plays short to Weatherspoon. Do VE. And Robinson is giving VE a ton of trouble. Robinson's going to play Donzo in. Donzo tried to wriggle around that VE player and couldn't quite do it, but he's got the ball back. That was a nice turn by Donzo. Try to beat a second guy. And there's Miller, who finds Malor, plays it back to Miller. And they're going to just release the pressure valve there. Tima in some space. He finds Birch. Birch with a little back heel. Back to Tima. Tima's going to try to get out of the way of Jackson Kiss, who's harrying him. Malore goes wide to Brentlinger. And Malore's marauding through the middle. He goes to Miller, who lays it back off. They'll try Donzo down the left-hand side again. Budniak does well in the first line of defense. It makes him pass it off. Brentlinger won it back somewhere in there. And into the box now come Westchester. Donzo, wow! A Westchester player went up and over Weatherspoon. I didn't quite see exactly what happened there, but a white shirt went flying in the box. And Donzo's getting to his feet now.
Keep playing, White. Get that going.
And that ball's turned over. Here's Hodge. Hodge fires wide to Ruth, who's, I think, playing right winger now. That's a nice ball, but Axman, that's just a really nice defensive play from Axman to chest that one back to Nice. And Robinson's got some space now. Look out. On the counter. And Ruth's got to be careful. He's on a yellow. Donzo inside the 6 now. Has a hit. And there is another goal for Westchester. 5-1 for the hosts and the league leaders. Blistering counterattack. Not the first time I've said that. In fact, it's the third or fourth time I've said that tonight for Westchester. Clinical counterattacking play from the hosts. And with 10 minutes left, the gap increases to 4 goals. That is Westchester's 47th goal in not quite 10 games. 4.7 goals per game. That is unbelievable. Even more unbelievable when you consider that they've allowed now 14 in that same 10. So they'll give up about a goal a game, but they'll score 4 or 5. Just almost impossible to cope with when their finishing is this good. As I say that, Budniak's going to sprint into the box here. VE's clinicality just goes wide of the bar for Budniak there. VE, no strangers to goals themselves. 28 now through almost 8 games. But doesn't seem to be their night on the finishing end of things. Less than 10 to go as Ruth cuts this one out. I'm going to send that one back. And around the horn from Axman over to Tima. And Birch has a ton of room to run into, but the green shirts are now back behind the ball. But they found Robinson, top of the box, inside the D here. He's going to turn around and fire one. Whoa, what a hit that was off the underside of the bar. What an effort that was. As Tima just wins that ball and a little bit too physical for the referee. Oh, so the referee, it wasn't too physical. I think he's saying it was a handball. So we're going to play on here, and the ball was a little bit behind Weatherspoon, but he's on it, so no issue. Baccaro's going to, just missed by Ethan Birch there. As we've said, this Westchester press is just unending. Just keep coming. Less than 10 minutes left to play. They are up 5 goals and they're still not stopping. Or excuse me, yeah, 5 goals. They're still not stopping. That ball's hit into the Westchester Knight, and we're going to have a new ball coming into play. Nice punches this one, and actually punched it twice. Vaccaro has a hit, kind of sliced across it. That'll stay in play. Robinson back to Axtman. He goes to his goalkeeper, who plays Brentlinger, who was in a little bit of trouble and just sent that one straight up. Vaccaro gets it, turns quickly, finds Hodge. Hodge is going to try and sneak through that gap, and it just about worked. Antonini's on it now. He's inside the box, and he beat the first guy, but not the second. As Birch is going to get this ball, and Birch went down. No foul call, but he's going to have a throw. Substitute coming in for Westchester. That's Seb Perez checking out. And I think this is good to see. That's Castaneda coming back in. I was a little worried about him when he was immediately subbed. We're back just outside the Westchester box. Donzo struggling to, as a Westchester player went down, and Donzo's got it inside the box. That's why we play advantage. Inside the 6, has a hit. It's saved, I think, by Goronsky. It was either saved or blocked, not sure which. Either way, job done. And VE plays out, looking for Antonini, lacking in options, and that ball is just going to trickle out. Apologies again if you lost us briefly there in the stream. The service is giving us fits here in Westchester. We do apologize for that, but hopefully you can see the action once again. Less than 5 left to play, as I think that ball was just hit onto the softball field neighboring us. And that's a really high net over there. That's impressive. So I think hopefully we're not running out of soccer balls. We've sent quite a few outside the grounds here tonight. Looks like they found one on that far side. We'll get back in play. Again, there is stoppage time. Not sure how much. I'll keep an eye and ear out for the referee's chatter to see if I can get a hint. Referee saying that's a VE throw. Into the 43rd minute we go. Antonini crosses it to Christofowicz. It was cut out by Westchester, but comes right back towards him. Brentlinger just smacks it clear. VE struggling to connect those little passes. I'm not sure if this is a foul call or if this is I think he was offside. I think so. The referee's got his hands up. I think he was offside. Antonini came from an offside position to challenge for that ball, and that's the call. So Valentin Nice is going to be the man to send this one out. Finds Donzo. Donzo hits McDade. McDade to Donzo. And top of the box, a hit again. High and wide for Westchester, looking for their 6th. Ridge Robinson, top of the box, lays one off to Birch for his hat trick, right at the goalkeeper. And, golden chance for the Hatter, but couldn't quite find the finish. I'm sure Westchester will be okay with it. They still have a comfortable lead, but gutting for Birch, I'm sure, who, again, was just playing with the reserves this weekend and is now making a huge impact for the first team. Castaneda had a hit. Man, Gorodski's just in a firing range back there. Fortunately for him, a lot of these big hits are off target or straight at him, but not where you want to be as a goalkeeper. Nice move by Hodge to steer out of danger. Ruth's going to get it on this right-hand side. Heading towards the 18. He's going to whip a cross in. Nice does well to cut that one out, though, as looked like the Westchester players didn't really track Kiss as he made that run in, but look out. End-to-end stuff here in the dying minutes. Tired legs may be the case. Malore goes wide to Birch on the hat trick. Can he do it? Puts a meg in, goes down. I think he was angling for a penalty there to seal that hatter, but not quite. We are now finished with 90 minutes. In stoppage time, top of the box, just over the bar. And Malore's effort inches too high from making it 6-1. All played long. Antonini, the target, couldn't get it. And Westchester going to keep playing. Robinson. Back to Castaneda, who finds Birch. It hits Robinson. Weatherspoon with a crucial tackle. That's some brilliant defending there. Weatherspoon certainly saving a goal with an incredible tackle. I'm not sure how he actually got his foot on that ball, but did somehow and certainly saved the goal. A little step over at the top of the 18 for good measure, and then he will get rid of the ball as Antonini will look to build out. How much longer? Well, the referee let us keep playing. Antonini just bouncing guys off of him, and wow. And this is not what you want to see, as Antonini and Castaneda tangling there, and yeah, referee, I think smartly, just says, enough of that. Game's decided, and hopefully things don't boil over here afterward. Your score from Kildare's Field: Westchester 5, VE 1. Don't go anywhere. Interviews coming up in just a few minutes.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish: flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back to Kildare's Field here in Westchester. And with me, again, is Ethan Birch. Talked to him 2 days ago. Ethan, in the reserve game, I asked you about how important it was for you to get quality minutes with the reserves so that it can translate into the first team. Talk about translating. 2 goals on the night. How is it feeling?
Feels great. I mean, can't complain. I got to score goals. That's my job, so I came in and I was able to do that, so I'm glad. But like you said about the reserves, I mean, going in and scoring 2 goals with the reserves gives my confidence up so I can come here and take my time, slow down my shot, and be able to put it where I want to put it.
So obviously the level a little bit higher than the reserves, but the tactics seem so similar from reserve to first team. How does that system make it easy to kind of transition from playing 2 days ago with a whole different team, but then you're able to step in here and then bag 2 goals?
Well, like I said, we all trained, like I said last time, we all trained together. So honestly, that's what it is. There's not 2 different teams. We're all kind of integrated into one. So we play the same type of game. This is a little bit more, I'm playing a lot more defense, a lot more running, a little more tired, but that comes with 4 games in the last 4 days. So, I'm not shocked there. But.
So I did a little bit of math during this game. Westchester's first team is averaging 4.7 goals per match in this competition. How is it that you guys are so prolific going forward against some really, really good competition like VE?
Blaze doesn't let us not score. You'll hear it if you miss. Even if I could have scored 3 goals. I hit the one on target. I'm probably gonna hear it from him. But that's the level we're at. We come here to score a lot of goals, and if we don't, then it's a failed game. So.
Inches away from a hat trick. You'll have to settle for a brace. Sorry. But the consolation prize, a 5-1 win for Westchester. Not quite sealing the league, but pretty close to sealing the league for the USLPA regular season. From Westchester, I'm Jake Gillespie. From my man Nick on the camera, thank you very much for watching another Game & Frame presentation.